Hello, Internet, and welcome to episode 198 of Verbal Graffiti with your host, Brian Glass, a.k.a. the B-Man, the People's Degenerate. Not enough is made out of the fact that we have two modern presidents with the nicknames Tricky Dick and Slick Willy. Make of that what you will, I don't know. They say the Western culture is too sexualized right now. Maybe that's because we're following our leaders. Two have had the nicknames Tricky Dick and Slick Willy. And we do know that Donald J. Trump likes to hang out with that fellow Epstein. So I don't know what to make out of all these leaders and what they're doing. We're just the peasants. The Johns on the internet that hardly get any views with this Project Verbal Graffiti. But if you're listening or watching, thank you for the viewership. I am recording this episode on Christmas Eve night. B-Man, why aren't you with your family and your loved ones? Do they hate you? No. They love me. I love them. It's just that the B-Man, I'm a workaholic. So I did the Christmas. I did the festivities, but it's nearly midnight. And, there's work that's got to be done. So the B-Man's recording episodes. We're at 198, close to 200. I'm not going to stop now. I'm doing this for you. No, I'm actually doing this for myself, not you. That's what they don't tell you about stand-up comedy. Maybe you do know this, but if you don't know, I have an uncle. Anytime he sends me a Christmas card. By the way, I have aunts and uncles who still send me birthday and Christmas cards. But since I'm 41, there's no money in the card. There's no $5 or $10 bill. And with inflation, I would expect at least a 20. But I don't get the bill anymore. I get the Christmas card or the birthday card with a Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Brian. They don't call me the B-Man. They call me by my real name, Brian Glass. And maybe a nice message, and I toss it. It goes right away in the garbage because there's no money in it. Like, if you're going to send me a birthday card or a Christmas card and you're an aunt, an uncle, a relative, even though I'm 41, I still want money in that card. A $5, a $10 bill. What's a birthday card without money? That's a limp dick. That's ED. Right, erectile dysfunction. A lot of babes will say they'll be. Actually, I don't know. I've never had ED. I've never talked to a babe about the frustrations of being with a man with ED. So that's a terrible analogy. All I'm saying is when I get a card from an aunt and I open it, and I appreciate getting a Christmas card, but I'm not gonna lie, I do get agitated when I open the card. And there's nothing there. I'll look. Actually, even before I open the card, I do the thing where I feel it. Is it thick? Is there any money in this? Like, I'd be a terrible mailman because I'd be stealing so much money, on the mail route. But I look at the card and it's like it's nothing. It's just a $5 card. It's just don't send me a card. I appreciate the thought, the effort. But I appreciate the thought. You don't need to put the effort, though, into actually getting the card unless you're putting money. Enough with that. What was I going with? Christmas, birthday cards. I'm a workaholic. My family and friends they call me by my name, Brian. What were we getting at? I'm kind of, all right. This is a particular point of the year. That post-Christmas, pre-New Year time period, that week always puts me in a somber mood. It's just another year of failure, no success, no relationship, no financial, finances are where they were at the previous year. And it's the dread of winter. I like Christmas lights and knowing that very soon, Christmas lights. The There really is a Christmas spirit, and nothing brings that to light more than the Christmas lights. Because soon as Christmas is over, the lights on the trees and in people's yards and on the gutters and the inflatables, they just don't have the same awe, the same spirit to them because Christmas is over. And then the dread of knowing, oh, we have January, February, March, April, May. You know the calendar. You know all the months. But this is like just the drudge, the drudge. We're meddling through these months till we get to spring, April, baseball. It's just, and knowing, I save my PTO days for the second half of the year so that I have to work nearly, other than, MLK Day, I don't get a day off until Memorial Day? Is it Labor Day? Memorial Day. That's the one in May. So it's almost 5 months without a day off from work other than, weekends. It weighs on me. So it's just this somber mood that I get in. It's a perpetual Sunday evening mood. We all know about Sunday evening. If you work Monday through Friday, that Sunday evening, it's over. I got to do this all over again. But that feeling, Christmas, I have that feeling from December 26th through mid-January. I'm in that mood, and I'm at the beginning of it right now. And it's even this year. I think I made a profound statement in previous episode 197 that or maybe it was 196, that 2026 is not going to be our year. It's not going to be the B-Man's year. It's not going to be your year. We're going to have to wait till at least 2027. And I said that statement, not knowing what was going to drop. Right? Let me give you this information. This is breaking news. This is breaking news. We're not news breakers here at Verbal Graffiti, but we have breaking news. Ava Adams got a breast reduction. Let me repeat that breaking news. Ava Adams got a breast reduction. Now, we've spoken about Ava Adams' boobs aplenty, her jigglers on this project, Verbal Graffiti. We've spoken a lot about her breasts. And there was for a few years there, I did not know Ava Adams had breast enhancement. I thought she had natural jigglers. And then as soon as I mentioned it on Verbal Graffiti, that's actually the thing I've talked about that got the most feedback was how naive I was not knowing that Ava Adams' boobs were enhanced with implants. And I did not know that. That's how beautiful her implants are, how natural looking, how God-given surgeon hands helped her anatomy out. But I follow her. I'm a big fan of Ava Adams, as you all know. And I was following her TikTok, or maybe it was her X, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it was. She put out like a 5-minute video opening presents, and then she was also talking that she got a breast reduction, fully clothed during this video. So I don't have, the pre-post naked analysis that I will come to you with the pre breast reduction, which is phenomenal. That's why America, the best nation, the most prominent nation the world has ever seen, partially because of Ava Adams' boobs when they were enhanced. But I don't have the post reduction. I have yet to see those those jigglers naked. So I'll come to you with my feedback when I see them. But that was I didn't realize how much, how shall I put it? I didn't realize what a profound impact Ava Adams' jigglers had on my psyche until she told her audience that she was removing her jigglers, or at least partially. And because when that information dropped, I stopped working. I got up. I walked around my block. I didn't even put a jacket on. I'm not kidding you. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, are you fucking serious, Ava? Like, you didn't have a consultation with me? Now, I know I don't have dominion over Ava Adams' body, nor anyone's body for that matter, even my own. Like, I think I mentioned before, or in a previous episode, like I was filming myself in the shower for a movie I'm trying to make, and I was looking at my body and like how it's starting to drip and drool and the wrinkles and you know, and whatever. And it's just like, oh, I have no control over this body. Like I do. I take vitamins. I jog, but only to a certain degree. Like Father Time has control over my body. So who the fuck is the B-man to be bitching about Ava Adams and what she's doing with her body and not consulting me before she does breast reduction surgery when I don't even have dominion over my body? But I'm here, and I can't tell you, I can't tell you I wasn't shaken by this information, because I was. I almost like I wandered out into the woods. Like not exactly, but almost. Like there are woods around where I live, so I did walk around the block, and if I wasn't working, I might have just been like Old Yeller and just walked out into the woods, never to come back, all because Ava Adams got a breast reduction. And that should be against the law. What are you doing, Donald Trump? Like, what are you doing? We all know Donald Trump is a lover of the jigglers. How about you bring in Congress and you tell them, hey, breast reduction surgery, illegal. Not capital punishment if you get breast reduction, but there should be a fine, right? I don't know, $10,000 fine or like a speeding ticket. Hey, you get a breast reduction. And it has nothing, it's purely cosmetic, like nothing to do with a tumor or cancer or anything like that. You're just doing it because you want to get rid of your boobs. $10,000 fine. I think that's fair. It's just, what? Man, it's just, you know, these porn stars. It is frustrating. I talk so much about porn. Honestly, it's Christmas Eve night. I'm really talking about porn. It's what I am. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because we all know with the ladies who do smut, the best time to watch them is the first year, because the ones who stay in the game always alter their body, whether it's lip fillers, the Botox, the BBLs, the breast implants, the breast reduction, the tats. Oh, we've talked about porn stars, you know, changing their anatomy, which I fully support. I fully support. I prefer natural, but I'm not going to chastise you for altering your body. But if you're going to get a breast reduction, I'm not happy about it. But again, I hope Ava Adams, she seems thrilled. She had a very good surgeon. She seems happy with the procedure and how her body feels. So I'm happy for Ava Adams. But I'm not going to lie and say I'm not happy about it. Those two things could be true. Like, I'm happy for Ava Adams, but I'm not happy about what she did by getting a breast reduction. Want to call me a bad person for that? No. I consider myself a lover of the jigglers. Maybe we just don't see eye to eye. All right, moving forward. This next one comes from the subreddit 2X Sex. Saw the dad I babysit for on Feel D. How do I handle this? ? For extra money, I babysit for a few families a couple times a month. The kids are all pretty easy and fun, and the parents pay good money for it, so I don't mind missing out on a Saturday night sometimes. I'm single and on Feel D, and yesterday I saw one of the dads I babysit for on the app. He's single, so it's not like a cheating situation, but I guess it was just a little shocking because it's Field D. So I know his kinks. He didn't like my profile or say anything, but now I'm not sure how to handle this whole situation. If he does like my profile or bring it up, what do I even say or do? Question mark. Maybe I should be more surprised that this is the first time I've really come across anyone I already knew kind of well. Well, if you don't know, just for your information, and I did not know until a few months ago, Field D is a dating app that's pro kink, kink heavy. People, I guess people on this app, and I am on the app. I am on Field D. Once I found out about it, I put up my profile because I have no success on Bumble, and I am permanently banned. I have a lifetime ban from Hinge. So I went on Field, but it's a kink, sex positive. I'll say this. Let's just start as if I was a father and I found out my babysitter was on Field D dating app, I would immediately not let that lady be the babysitter for my children, because from what I've seen, from my field research, I put the percentage at close to 80% of the babes' profiles on Field D are babes with some type of mental instability. They're just the type. They kind of look like baristas. The barista at your local coffee cafe. Most of them have terrible tattoos, a bunch of piercings, Elmo-colored hair. They don't look well. All right, a lot of them are overweight. They just look mentally unwell. So that's not the type of lady, the type of babe I'd want being a guardian for my children while I'm out having fun. With that disclaimer out of the way, like many things in life, like many avenues in life, the person with more information usually wins. Use this information to your advantage as the babysitter. Now, there's several variables we have to answer about what to do with this information. See, you know that the single father is on Field D, and we don't know if he knows that you, the babysitter, are on Field D. Now, just for hypothetical, let's say he doesn't know you're on Field D. So that means you definitely have more information in him. Now, the question I have for you, the babysitter, is this. Is the single father handsome? Is he a Chad? Would you like to get dicked down by him? If the answer to those is yes, 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 this is the play. Right? Don't message him on the app. You get all dialed up one of these Saturday nights, more so than you usually do when you're babysitting his kids. And then when he comes home, right, hopefully by that point, maybe it's 11, maybe it's midnight, 1 a.m., if he's having a crazy night, you put the children to bed already, and then when he comes in and you're hanging around the kitchen island, how did the night go? You start twirling your pixie tail, or what would do the ponytail? No, the pixie tails, the two of them. So you just start twirling your hair and just mention. You go, oh yeah, by the way, I noticed that I don't want to embarrass you, single father, but I noticed your profile on Field D. And he'll get a little blushed because, he mentioned his kinks on his profile. You go, don't worry. Don't worry. And you brush his arm and you go, I have the same kinks. And in that way, it allows you to make a move on the single father without fear of being rejected or turned down if you were to do so via the app. Because I'll say this, right? I'll say this because Field D, this dating app, is not as popular or as there aren't as many users on the app as Bumble and Hinge and some of the more prominent apps. Although I could be wrong. Again, I'm a 41-year-old. I might be out of the dating app loop, but I think I'm right when I make that assertion. So there's probably a good chance the father has seen your profile and was respectful of you and didn't swipe on your profile and just kept it moving. But I know this. No, I don't know this, but I do know this because I'm a guy, but I'm not a single father. But I do know how guys think. But if I was a single father and I was getting a babysitter, it is a normal. I was seeking out a babysitter that would babysit my children regularly, whatever that is, once a week, once every 2 weeks. I would hire a babysitter that I was attracted to. And I know that's not I don't think that's unique to me. So when I say that, I think this single father is attracted to you. And now this is assuming you're of age. I think you have to be over 18 to be on those dating apps. So I'm assuming you're of age. You're over 18 years of age. So I'm guessing, I'm hypothesizing, since he's a single dad, he goes out, he has a single life. I'm guessing, just from a guy's perspective, that he hired you because he thinks you can do the job, but also because he's at the worst, he's somewhat attracted to you physically. He's dreamed. He's thought about you while he's hawking his dick loogie. When he's masturbating, he's thought of you. He has, because I've been on the hub. Well, I spend a lot of time on the hub and sites like that. And the babysitter category is vast, which makes me think this single father has probably thought about you in a sexual manner more than once, right? So he's somewhat attracted to you. In his fantasy, he probably does want to get down with you. So just knowing that he's on Field D, he's a single father. He's probably attracted to you. If you're attracted to him, just play ball. Play cute, twirl the hair, go, hey, I mentioned you on Field. Chances are he's not going to reject you. And you get to get dick down on the kitchen island while the kids are sleeping. And then you can also, the great thing about being a babysitter is that you don't, there's no HR department. So there's no fear of retribution. You're not going to lose a job because you're getting dicked down by the single father. You're technically your boss. But again, you're probably getting paid under the table. So it's not, you're already breaking the law. So fucking your boss, it's not like you're not doing anything you're not already doing. Right? You're not paying taxes on the money the single father is paying you to babysit. So if you get dicked down by him, you were already breaking the law. So at least you're getting some good feels with the law breaking. So that's option one. Mention it in person at the end of the night. When he comes home, get dicked down, and then it can go from there. I can't help you with that because that's never happened to me. You could continue to babysit, or I don't know. That's up to you. Again, I'm a loser. These things don't happen to the B-man. I just give advice. Second variable or second avenue you could go down is if this single father is someone you're not attracted to. He has too much of a dad body, too soft, too chubby. Not a symmetrical face. He's not a Chad. He has smelly breath. Whatever it is, you don't want to get dicked down by the single father. That's okay. Because we can still use this information to your advantage. Now, when he comes home, next time you babysit for his children, you use the fieldy profile that you know he has to blackmail him. You let this father know, hey, I saw you on this kinky dating app. Hey, if you don't pay me double per hour what you're paying me now, I'm going to tell all your friends. I'm going to tell all the fathers in the neighborhood. I'm going to tell all the families at Little League this weekend. I'm going to let everybody know that you're a kinky motherfucker. And I'm going to besmirch your reputation in this town, this community, if you don't double my pay. And then you see what he says. Right? That's the second option. Two completely opposite options, but both beneficial to you because you have more information than he has. Either you get dicked down by a hot single dad, or you get paid more by an ugly John single dad. And the third option, they just be an adult and don't mention it. Like I mentioned earlier, there's probably a good chance he saw your profile and was a respectful adult who saw your profile, like, all right, she's got a profile, move it along. I'm not going to try to entertain that. That's probably what most adults do. When you see a coworker or, I don't know, a cousin or a friend, whoever you know, of the opposite sex on any of these dating apps, you just, all right, you kind of make note of it, but you don't mention it. And that's the respectful adult thing to do. Just don't mention him. And just, that he's out there trying to, get some sniz. You're out there trying to get some dick. You're two adults. You don't need to bring it up to each other. You're both single, but hey, you're both swimming in the same waters, but it doesn't mean you gotta bump into each other. So that's the mature thing to do. Is just not mention it at all. If you enjoy the kids and you're being paid enough money and, you got seems like you have a good thing going. So just don't mention it. Personally, I'm a bit of an oddball, as many of you know. And whenever I see on any dating app, whenever I see somebody I know on a dating app, I always swipe right. And I don't do it with the intent of trying to, get that sniz from whoever I know. But I like to swipe right just so that babe knows that I know that she's in dire straits for love and or dick or maybe both. Like it's just a little, I get a little giddy. Knowing that, like, if I swipe right on that, she's probably going to see that. Oh, wait, fuck, he swiped right on me. It's not even I'm trying to get anything from her. It's just that, hey, I want you to know that you're down bad, just as bad as the bee, man. And that lifts me up a little bit, knowing that she knows that I know. All right. I've always done it. It doesn't matter if I went to high school, college, if I used to work with you, however, a female comedian, whomever it may be. All right, if we've crossed paths, if we've talked in real life, and I see you on a dating app, you bet your ass. You bet your single ass. You bet your cheating ass. The B-man, I'm swiping right. And that's just what I do. All right? Has it ever worked out for me? No. Not once. But she knows that I know that she's on a dating app, that she's a loser, that nobody loves her, that she's alone, that she's watching the Christmas Story alone, that she doesn't get to take. All right, enough of that. Let's go look at some photos. Segment 2 of episode 198. Last night, the B-man had a bit of a tiff. I will not call it an altercation, but something did happen. All right, I was meandering around, minding myself. I did have a camera, so I was filming the public. That might have been the cause of this a little bit of a tiff. But there I was. I had a gimbal. I was walking around trying to film some scenes, maybe I could use it here at Verbal Graffiti. I was just out and about being a solivagant. If you don't know what that vocab word is somebody who walks alone to take in the city, to take in the environment. All right, that's what a solivagant is. You walk with people, but you're lost in conversation. You're lost in entertaining the people you're with. A solivagant walks alone, takes everything in, no distractions because you are alone. But there I was, and I turned a corner, and I've turned this corner many a time before. Not hundreds, but definitely tens of times in the past year, couple of years, and there's always a group of people at this corner. Without a doubt, they've been there stationed. I won't call them a gang. I don't even know if I'd call them a group. They're certainly not friendly. They're not combative either, or at least they were not until last night when I put my camera on them, or the camera viewing them. They have, I don't know what their status is as far as whether they're legal or illegal immigrants in this country. They're Uber drivers. But they don't have cars. They have mopeds, and they hang out on this city corner in downtown New Haven. And I was filming, and they hang out there, and they're like the Uber mopeds, but they have the gloves on them, on the handlebars to protect their hands from the cold. And they converse, and they have phones, and they speak not English. I don't know what the language is because I'm not cultured. The only language I speak is English, and even that I don't really do. It's like right there. I fumble over all my words, but they speak a language that is not English. They're always on their phones. Every time I've walked past these, there's just an energy they give off, or at least an energy that I feel that they give off. Maybe I'm misdiagnosing it, but it is adversarial to some of the residents in this city. And I was there, and I was filming just this group of men, and they're all men, and no women in this group, of Uber, what are the Uber Eats, and what's the other one that people use? Whatever it is, they're there hanging out on their mopeds, chatting it up, enjoying the evening, or at least getting through the evening. And I put my camera just viewing them. All of them. I don't know, there might have been 5 or 10 of them. And just for a couple of minutes, there was a bunch of garbage around them. I'm not sure if they put the garbage there, but there were garbage, like overspilling. So I was filming the garbage. I was filming them. And then just for a couple of minutes, I was doing that. And I picked my camera up, and I started walking across the street. So I passed the group. I'm not even sure what. I don't want to call them a gang. They're not a group. What's the term? They're just hanging on a street corner. I don't even know what term to identify them as. Who am I to identify them as anything? So I'm just a pedestrian walking, filming everything I see. But anyways, I cross them after I film them, and I start crossing the street, and when I'm about 3/4 of the way across the street, a filled water bottle, I think there was water in the bottle, almost hit me. Like it bounced right by my feet, like right behind me. It was not a very good throw. Obviously whoever threw it does not have a strong arm. Probably didn't get past minor B in Little League baseball. But anyways, it kind of bounced. Like it didn't hit me, but I felt it. Like I heard it, and a little bit of a vibration from the bottle hitting the ground, plastic bottle. And I turned around, and a bus went by. So like they didn't see me as I looked back at them, but I do know it came from them, and they were throwing it at me, and they're cowards for doing that. You could have confronted me face to face when I was filming you and said something to me, have words with the B-Man, and we would have talked it out. Maybe we would have thrown fists. Probably not. The B-Man's never been in a fist fight before. but it's cowardly to wait till I turn my back as I walk past you to throw an object at me. And I don't think they were trying to hit me. I think they were just trying to let me know, these Uber drivers that is, that they didn't appreciate me filming them hanging out at the corner that they always hang out at. Now, they're cowards for throwing that water bottle at me, but let me also clarify that the B-Man is also a coward. Now, I was not a coward in that instance last night, but if the altercation that was an actual altercation, like if they had stepped up to the B-Man face to face and tried to have words and get physical with me, the B-Man, I would have turned around and ran away. So hand up, the B-Man, I would have been a coward if they had confronted me. Like, the B-Man, I am a coward. But last night, they were cowards waiting for me to go past them, back turned, to make a statement towards me. They were cowards. I was not a coward. I am a coward, but last night, I was not a coward because I was not put in the position to be a coward. But those Uber drivers, they were cowards last night. Moving forward. This comes from the subreddit sex. Simple as that. Why do I, 25-year-old female, beautiful age, really wish I had a dick sometimes, ? As I itch my nose. I'm not trans in any way. In fact, I've felt awful in more tomboyish moments of my life when I treated more like a dude than a girl, and I've leaned into femininity heavily to remedy that. I am a woman through and through. I go by she, her pronouns. Please don't do that. There is no way I'd ever want to be a man in any way. But, ... I've felt this occasional penis envy. I guess for years. To the point where I've considered getting one of those penis-like stimulating toys just to feel what it would be like. The thought of receiving oral as a penis haver or penetrating a vagina, it sounds wonderful. Not having to worry about discharge or pH bullshit or bleeding. Having a dick seems so much better in every way. And I understand this intellectually, but sometimes I feel it in my soul that I just really want to have one instead. What is this? Am I alone? You are not alone. This is penis envy. Now, I write notes before I come here and record these episodes of Verbal Graffiti. And, I've never put into words what my penis means to me and what the penis means to man. But I did so in my notes. And when I read it back, it's very profound. I don't know if this is poetry or spoken word or a short essay, persuasive essay, but I'm going to read it to you. And I hope you enjoy it. Penis envy is real. I believe every babe has a smidgen of penis envy. Some more so than others, like yourself, but everybody's got a teeny bit of the envy. How can you blame them? As you said, things you get to do with the penis. Throat fuck a stranger or penetrate a warm, slippery vagina is wonderful. That's the perfect adjective for it. Wonderful. It's why I've never had the desire to be a hot babe. Not all those boys fancy. Yeah, your life is easier, more convenient. Strangers tripping over themselves to hold the door open for you, to buy you a luxury handbag, to get that second job to afford your lifestyle. Luxury and glam, all because of your genetics. An attractive babe. It's a curse, however, being an attractive babe. Luxurious as your life is, the big house, vacation in the Alps, getaway to Paris, 3 genetically superior children of your own. There's one thing you'll never be able to do, one thing no lover will ever be able to buy you, to give you. The feeling of sliding the panties off and slipping a penis inside of yours. It's the best feeling in the world, and you could only experience it if you have a penis. How can you not envy that? Getting to stand up as you pee is convenient. Looking down at your penis while it has an erection gives you a sense of pride, a sense that this world is yours to be conquered. Laying on a couch and using your penis and balls as a hand warmer, it's lovely. It's one of my favorite activities to do on a snowy evening. Ever so gently rubbing your penis against an unsuspecting woman in a crowded subway car is reason enough to thank God you're a man. Shooting cum out your pee hole is a carnival game. Those of us blessed enough to have a penis should not lose sight of that. Sometimes we take it for granted we could just stroke our penises and magically the gooey stuff comes out of the cannon. The penis is the sole reason why man is the superior sex. The penis allows men to have more fun, to be more courageous, to have a higher level of curiosity, an IQ that dwarfs that of women. You see, darling, you have penis envy because all the fun things men get to experience and feel with the penis. You have trouble handing work assignments in on time because you get caught up daydreaming about having a penis of your own. What makes me chuckle is that you're only thinking about the physical aspects of a penis. Because when you have a penis between your legs, that penis makes you see the world differently. Makes you think beyond the realm of what is currently capable. Having this awe-inspiring appendage that can do so much attached to you makes you dream, makes you build, makes you want to have the world submit to your desires. A person without a penis, also known as a woman, is unable to comprehend this. You know it exists, hence why you envy those with a penis. That's why it's so frustrating to you. All you're left with is penis envy. What could have been if only you were born with a Y chromosome. Go suck a fat one.